came in here this morning before I could get my camera arm on the tree. Had a yearling come in. Had to slowly get it set up while she fed around. And then the doe came in, they fed around under me. I got a little footage of them. So the setup here is there's a river behind me. The river's on private, but it's at the bottom of a hill. There's a big ridge comes up right here. And these oaks along this ridge are just dropping like crazy. There's acorns everywhere, littered the ground. Deer's just been tearing them up. There's some rubs and some scrapes and a lot of deer sign here. I scouted this area back in May. I could tell there was a lot of deer sign, a lot of droppings, and some old scrapes here and old rubs. So I decided to come back in here. So this is the first set for Kansas. It's kind of warm. It's in the 60s. I'm supposed to have some storms to move in this evening. I probably won't be able to hunt. There's a cold front coming in, so it should cool things down. So I got set up in here before daylight. I bumped a couple of deer coming in here. This is a bottom that I found. It's got a little creek going through it. Got a lot of acorns dropping. You can hear them just steadily dropping. Fox squirrels all in here. And there's some scrapes and a lot of rubs. Right after daylight, I had a couple of guys come in behind me. They shine a light and they turn around and left. I don't know if that messed me up or not. Maybe they got out of here in time. So I think the wind's going to get up to about 20 miles an hour in a little while. It's pretty calm right now. So we're going to sit and see what happens. November the 13th. It's about 11:30. I sat yesterday and all day never left the tree and I saw zero. This morning it was about 25 degrees. I saw 16. Saw 5 bucks. Saw one shooter buck. He was out of range, hunting this pinch point. Instead of coming down the river through the timber, he decided to take out across the prairie. He didn't follow the script. But anyway, I rattled in 3 other bucks. Got some on footage. And left my stupid cover on my Insta360 camera. That was real smart, so it's a good thing I didn't get a shot, because I wouldn't have got it on film with it. It would have been, my second angle would have been a black blob. But overall, it's a good morning. Stuff's picked up. I got 2 trail cams out, 2 cell cams on some scrapes. They lit up last night with bucks. So maybe things are starting to pick up. The only bad thing is the wind's turning out of the south. So I don't know how that's going to affect the movement for the day, next couple of days. But I think I'm going to sit here till about noon, get down, grab a bite to eat, go scout another section. We may make a hanging hunt this evening on that section, depending on what kind of sign we find over there. But it looks like it's picking up a little bit. We'll see. This morning I seen a bunch of does cut out of this point over here, out of this draw, and head across the CRP with a shooter buck behind them. But I couldn't get him over here. I tried to rattle to him and grunt. He went on up in there with the does. That's private over there. That's a few bucks I've seen do that. There ain't no way for me to. The only way I can get to them is call them. It's about 200 yards out in that CRP. Most of the deer fall through here. It's a little pinch point, but sometimes they take that draw out and they cut across that CRP. So it's kind of like, what do? You either hunt here in the timber, hoping they'll use this funnel, or sit out there in the CRP. It seems like most of them are using this funnel right here, coming down this river. So I don't know what to do. Just gotta stick it out and see, I guess. I passed on him the other day. Probably shouldn't. He's a pretty good buck. I just ran up this hill to get footage of him. He's following the doe. Well, I just punched a tag here in Kansas. I think I got him on my Insta360. I wasn't able to get the camera on him. He came in fast. He didn't run nowhere. He's right over there. So I'll get down in a minute. I'll get a look at him. It happened like really fast. Thank goodness. I shot a big deer yesterday. I stalked him in McGilly. Got up to about 15 yards and made a bad shot on him. I hit him in the inside of the shoulder. Just barely nicked him. He was a really good deer. I was very upset about it. And I trailed him a little bit. He just quit bleeding. He stopped about 50 yards, turned around and looked at me. I could see where I hit him. And anyway, I've been kind of down about that. But thank gosh, I got redemption this morning. Man, there's been some pressure, a lot of pressure. I've been in Nebraska, came to Kansas, and I only had a couple of days left. And I was kind of getting concerned. I just wasn't going to fill a tag, but all can change like that. Thank goodness. Let's go get this deer. was in. I think it's about 18 yards from where I shot him. Little platform. Not gonna do a whole lot of talking for that thing to fall. There he is. Nice Kansas whitetail. Pretty good deer. He's not a giant. He's a good public land buck. Today's Thursday, had 2 days left. Shot a really good buck yesterday, probably in the 140s. Made a bad shot. Didn't recover the deer, but I seen him, he was fine, seen him leave. I've been kind of frustrated about that. And this guy come out this morning. Got another buck, two or three other bucks actually. And after a doe. So I'm happy to fill a tag. I enjoyed Kansas. I went to Nebraska before I got here. I drew on a buck and I let him walk. Didn't see anything else I wanted to shoot. I've been here, this is I think my 8th day. Seen a lot of deer. Had a lot of problems getting decent bucks in bow range. I've seen several good bucks, but paid off this morning. And just really enjoy it. Thankful for this fella, very thankful.